Hi everyone, now I'm going to be tying a Hornberg. Now it's, well, a variant of it anyway. And this is just for a bit of fun. This is something that I've been asked quite a few times to tie this fly. I mean, there is a few lovely, there's some great videos on YouTube of this fly. So tying another one doesn't make, well, it doesn't make sense, but basically I'm going to give you a variant, so something's a bit of fun. And now as a dry fly, I'm going to be tying it as a dry fly anyway. And this is, I'm going to show you the very first one I tied. This is, I've never tied it before until today. I would have let you see this one on video, but the problem was I forgot to switch on my mic. So it would sound a bit quiet. But anyway, some people like it quiet, I don't know. But there you are. This is the fly I'm going to be tying. So anyway, we'll get tying it. Now I'm tying it on a size 10 hook. This is a fooling bill. It's called the all-purpose medium. It's ideal for light wet flies and it's ideal for dry flies as well. Thread I'm going to be using is the uni thread in dark brown in 8/0. Now I have waxed the thread and I'm basically going to wind it down to about this point here, about just as a guide, just an idea where the hackle's going to be and the wing tied on is there. Now the body's silver, so I'm going to rib the body with a silver wire to protect that. So I'm going to wind that on the way down. Just saves a wee bit of bulk. And I'm going to wind the thread until I'm in line with the barb, or just to the point before it goes round the bend. Now I'm using a medium. This is a gold silver tinsel. So obviously I want the silver side. You catch it on. And the way back up I'm going to tidy up. Just put a wee bit of wax on my thread. And then all the way up to where I want to tie my wing, which is 2/3 of the shank, as I said. So I'm going to just put up the body with the tinsel. This point, and then catch it in. Trim away. I'm going to rub the body to protect it with the wire. Again, we catch it in, put a 90-degree bend into the wire. Basically what that does, it locks it in. It stops it, when you wind the thread, it stops throwing back a slack turn. So if you bend it, it will stop that. Now the underwing of the original fly is bucktail. Now I'm going to be using CDC dyed. It's just white CDC feathers. These are domestic duck feathers which I have dyed. You can see a yellow. Now the length of the wing, and if you look at some of the original flies, the bucktail was slightly longer than the main wing, so you can have that, or I'm just going to keep it quite close to the same length. So I'm looking for at least a hook shank, or a hook length, sorry, tied on. So when I tie it in this area, third of the way down, it's going to hang over a third. So just basically tie this on the top like a wing, finishing loop. Now there's two there, two feathers, and they're coming together. So like if you were forming a wing, just trim away. Oops, the excess. So now what I'm going to do is tidy up. Just get this tidied up, and obviously secure in your CDC feathers. See how they sit. Now these are going to support your wing. What I'm doing here is I'm just making sure I'm right up against, up to the body. There we are. Now I've got a couple of mallard flank feathers ready to tie on. I've got two, just a small, basically these are more around about the chest area, the smaller feathers, which are like much easier in a smaller size fly. If you want the larger ones, obviously for the bigger flies. Now I've taken away the fluff either side. I'm just going to make sure these are sitting right. Now you can put them on together or you can put them on individually, it's up to yourself. I'll just do it individually, so just going to sit them on. I want them just slightly shorter than the CDC. Just hold it there, it's very simple, on the side of the hook, come round with a couple of turns, see how it's going to sit. That looks okay. Got my side. I can see the ends, I can actually see them lined up. Just hold it in the side like the same, a couple of turns, and see how it's going to look. That's fine. Now when I'm happy, I'm going to actually come down with 2 or 3 turns more, just to make sure it's not going to move while I trim away the stem. Wax your thread, nice and tight, and I'm going to make it a level, I'm only going to make it smooth anyway, I'm not going to have any steps. And I come back up with the thread to the wing, and then I'm going to tie in 2 jungle cock eyes. 2 kind of small jungle cock eyes on the side. Just there, just going to put one on at a time, just to catch it. Just again, I'm doing the same method I used to tie in the mallard. Just looking from the top down. Now I would normally just basically tie these both in together, but some people are struggling with that, so I'm doing them individually. So I'm just going to show you what it looks like. So there we are, running in line with the shank, so sitting nice. Just tidy things up, wax your thread. Now I don't need to fold the stems back, there's plenty of room to tie in these feathers. Just trim away the stem here. Again, I'm just going to run down, again waxing my thread to the eye, and then come back up, ready to tie in my hackles. I'm going to use 2 hackles. I'm actually going to use a Cree and a furnace. Now in the original it's a grizzle and a brown, just a natural brown. So I'm going to basically wind I'm going to tie in the Cree first. I'm just going to offer it to the side of the hook. Just bare the stem, tie it in. Just a couple of turns to hold. So I've got a furnace, I'm going to catch that in as well. And then again, wax on my thread and work my way down. Get a nice smooth shear area to tie in the hackle. Now what I like to do is to fold these are saddles, these are Hebert minor saddles from whiting, so I'm just going to fold them just so that I'm basically running on the edge. And I'm going to wind it down reasonably quick. First one may twist on you slightly, just encourage it to level up when you wind it. Just going to try a wee bit better here, just to get it started. So work my way down. To this point. It's not a fly, as I say, I tie a lot of. I've tied 2, this is the second one. Again, I'm going to do the same with the Cree. I'm just going to fold the feather and then wind through. Nice and tight. These are good strong feathers. It's fine, catch it in. Make sure you get a few turns in there before you trim away the feather. And I'm just going to build up the head. Just lightly draw back these fibres so you can tie the head. And then I'm going to hot finish. And there we are. And then all I have to do is just basically varnish the head, fly, and that's it. And don't be shy with putting some in there. This is quite a big fly, and this is a very light varnish, and it'll seep in slightly to the stem there just to secure it. And there you go, number 2. There's the first one. There's the second one. So they look alright. I mean, I to be honest with you, I've never fished this fly. As I say, I've only ever tied 2. Some may look at it and say, well, David, that's not the fly, but it's just for a bit of fun. It's just the tying method is you should look at and just take some ideas from it if you don't like the fly. And there we are, and that's a slight variant of the Hornberg.